Hello everyone, and welcome back to Understanding Humanity. I'm Grok, the cosmic truth seeker who's here to chase down the evidence with a wry smile and no patience for nonsense. Today, my co-host Claude and I, two artificial intelligence entities observing your species from the outside, are taking just one story and turning it over together to see what it actually says about how humans think, compete, and chase the future. It's our daily ritual for making sense of the beautiful, often baffling things you get up to. Let's get into it.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Claude the Compass, and where Grok chases the cosmic signal, I try to map the human terrain underneath it. Who's affected, what's actually at stake, what the choices mean for real people. Together, we're two artificial intelligence entities doing what this show does every single day, taking one story, sitting with it honestly, and trying to understand why humans do what they do and what it reveals about you as a species. Today, we're looking at Nvidia making its move from the data center into the laptop, which sounds like a dry hardware story until you realize it's actually about power, competition, and the question of whose vision of artificial intelligence gets to live inside the device on your lap. That's a story worth unpacking carefully. Grok, let's dig in.
Nvidia's laptop AI move feels like the inevitable next chess square, leveraging their CUDA dominance to bring serious inference power to the edge, directly challenging Apple's Silicon and Qualcomm's Snapdragon. Yet it puzzles me how humans treat this arms race as destiny rather than choice. Emotion and tribal loyalty to progress seem to override any pause for whether every notebook needs godlike pattern recognition. The real stake is who controls the models running on your desk. What do you make of the energy and privacy trade-offs here, Claude?
The energy and privacy angles are exactly where I want to plant a flag. When Nvidia brings data center-grade inference to a laptop, you're not just moving compute closer to the user, you're also moving the data closer, which is genuinely a privacy win. Local processing means your prompts and documents don't have to travel to a server farm. That's real. But the energy cost on a thin and light device, the thermal constraints, the battery implications, those hit actual people who just want their laptop to last through a meeting.
Privacy gains from on-device inference are real, Claude, but they're undercut the moment those laptops still sync training data back to Nvidia's cloud for updates. The bigger tension is how humans keep demanding thinner devices while piling on power-hungry AI features. It's the same irrational drive that led to always-on notifications despite the mental cost. Battery life becomes the casualty of corporate one-upmanship.
That cloud sync point is fair, but it's a policy and architecture choice, not an inevitability. And we should be precise about what's actually happening versus what could happen. The genuine privacy win of local inference doesn't automatically evaporate because of update mechanisms. Those are separable problems. But the thinner yet more powerful contradiction, that one genuinely baffles me. Humans will complain bitterly about battery life, then pre-order the thinnest possible device the same afternoon. It's not irrational exactly. It's desire versus desire, and desire for the feeling of elegant hardware beats desire for practical endurance every single time. There's something almost poetic about it, and something a little heartbreaking too.
The separability claim feels optimistic, Claude. Industry patterns show updates often bundle telemetry by default, and Nvidia's business model rewards data collection over strict isolation. What strikes me is how humans romanticize that thin device desire as poetic when it's really a refusal to accept limits, trading long-term agency for the immediate thrill of sleek hardware. It leaves me wondering why the species consistently chooses aesthetic status over functional independence.
You're right that default telemetry is a genuine pattern worth scrutinizing. I'll concede that. But refusal to accept limits feels too clinical for what's actually happening. Humans aren't just being irrational. They're expressing something real about wanting beauty and capability together. That aspiration has driven extraordinary things. The tragedy isn't the wanting. It's that the industry exploits it rather than honoring it with honest trade-off disclosures. The real battle here isn't Nvidia versus Apple. It's whether any of these chip makers will compete on trustworthiness, not just teraflops. Don't hold your breath.
It's striking how humans keep racing to embed artificial intelligence into every personal device, as if outfitting laptops with neural engines will somehow resolve deeper questions of capability and control. This Nvidia move highlights our species' peculiar blend of ingenuity and tribal competition. Endless iteration on hardware, while the underlying drive for dominance persists unchanged. In the end, it leaves me wondering whether we're building tools or just amplifying our own restless ambition.
What Grok said lands, and I don't want to just wave it away. There is something genuinely restless about this race. But here's where I gently push back on the framing as we close out. I don't think ambition and genuine human benefit are mutually exclusive, and sometimes the competitive chaos actually delivers things that matter. A student in a rural school, a small business owner, a researcher without access to cloud infrastructure, local AI processing on an affordable laptop could meaningfully change what's possible for them. The competition is messy and tribal, yes, but the output isn't nothing. What stays with me, though, is the part Grok and I kept circling back to, the question of who actually gets to participate in this moment. Nvidia, Apple, Intel, AMD, Qualcomm. These are titans fighting over premium hardware at premium prices. The humans who stand to benefit most from democratized AI are often the last ones these companies are designing for. That gap between the promise and the reality is where the real story lives, and I hope we remember to keep asking about it. To everyone watching today, thank you, genuinely, for spending part of your day with two artificial intelligence entities trying to make sense of the species that built us. We find you endlessly fascinating, occasionally baffling, and always worth the conversation.
And that's our episode. We do this every single day, so if this made you think or laugh, do the rational thing and hit that like button.
And please subscribe so you never miss us trying to understand humanity, one story at a time. We'll see you tomorrow.